When you leave the yard before 10 o'clock, good things happen, man. Hey guys, this is Jace and welcome to episode 163 of my road show. Got a lot of stuff to get into. Let's get right into it. We left really light and relatively on time for once. My biggest fight was getting the phones to hook up to the ELD boxes. Nothing was working, so I ended up having to use my own personal phone to hook up to Bell's ELD. Good morning, everybody. I'm actually light. And I left before 10, and that's two things I don't get to say very often. But as soon as I got on the on-ramp, I got some bull crap going on, so we're going to use the old Pecco Street shortcut, see if we can get around some of it. Yeah, this ain't good. Unless it's just I don't know. Or maybe it's just that yellow truck that won't go over 25 miles an hour. I bet that's what it is. So my predicament today is that I have Cedaredge and Delta on the front side and Alamosa on the back side. So we are either going to need to clear Cedaredge and Delta today, or I'm just gonna have to stay in Cedaredge tonight. Because if I don't do that, I won't make it to Alamosa on the back side. This is the sucky thing, and I don't know why this pisses me off so bad, but it really does. Cedaredge is 2 boards, Delta is only 1 board, and Alamosa is 4 boards. So I have to do all this roundabout outlier stuff for less than 10 boards. And I understand, you know, they ordered them, they're gonna want them, but we don't have a minimum order policy. So a lot of these people will just, you know, out of the way areas, and they'll just order 1 or 2 boards and be like, well, they don't charge us any extra for it because it's extra fuel, it's extra wear and tear, and they have to pay me extra time. But we keep doing it, and I've always said if they order it, I'll bring it to them. Yeah, the fire department is in the process of blocking off 2 lanes of traffic up here. We're gonna see some asshattery together. That looked like a medical emergency to me. Hey, check that out. Road may be wet/icy in areas. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go. Here in Colorado, if you're a commercial motor vehicle, you are required to carry chains with you between September 1st and May 31st. So there's only 3 months out of the year where there's not a possibility of snow. At least in my experience, I have seen snow in July, but I was very high up and it was very light and none of it accumulated on the road, but I have seen it. I really wish I'd have caught this on film, but a crazy freaking thing happened to me on Friday as I was coming down Vail Pass. I was driving to Kenworth down Vail Pass, and I'm just kind of cruising along and listening to music, and I looked down and my air gauge had a reading that was not normal. And I'm like, what's going on with that? And I keep going and the air just keeps leaking out and leaking out. And I went to hit my brakes and a lot of air leaked out. It caused the warning light to come on, so I had to pull over to the side of the road. And all the air just kept leaking out every time I'd hit the brake or I'd put the parking brake in. But if I left it alone, it would air back up. And I figure it was one of her air cylinders was leaking or something. I chalk all the wheels up and I pushed the brake pedal with my strap bar and like kind of set it there on the seat. And I went back to the back of the truck, and sure enough, one of the cylinders is just going, and I'm like, shit. So I call the mobile mechanic. I'm like, hey man, what do you want me to do with this brake? And you know what he tells me? He goes, you gotta call the other guy. because I'm on the lake right now. I am drunk in New York State. I can't help you right now. And I'm like, what? What? Well, apparently, I called him when he was on his vacation, and I didn't know he was on vacation because they obviously don't communicate that stuff to me. I called the tow truck and I waited 3 or 4 hours. I was right at where Copper Mountain Ski Area is on eastbound I-70. And it took him 3.5 hours to get from Denver to that location, just because of all the traffic that was on their way up to the high country. It was a zoo, man. I was like, this sucks. He finally gets there. He gets the truck hooked up. I get in and we start going down the hill. We get to about Idaho Springs and some idiot hits the front of his truck, bounces off, and then just keeps driving. And we look at each other, we're like, did that just freaking happen? Just like, Jesus Christ. So of course we stop and we're looking at the damage, and there's not a lot of damage because the truck apparently hit his aluminum brush guard. You know, big thick unit, like, you know, real thick aluminum. And it kind of scuffed one of his tires and one of his fenders and didn't do much else damage. That tow truck driver and I specifically remember crap flying off of that truck that hit us, just bounced off and kept driving. Like, oh my God. We got to Johnson's Village early, like 11:30, so I figured I had time to put some fuel in the truck and to get a bite to eat. Yeah, that's a great place to park. Park right there, that's perfect. Perfect. He looks at me like I'm the asshole. No, I'm not the, you are the asshole. This is the surge we usually get of all the people that wait to go on vacation until after all the people with kids go back home. So we got all the empty nesters up here now, which is fine. I mean, it's less people than were up here in July. And plus, like they were saying a lot in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. With that little chore done, I only have one stop here in Chaffee County, and then I can head straight for Crested Butte. Just hoping I can keep up this pace, man. This is a great pace we're on. I don't know, I think we're gonna be all right. I mean, this is looking really good. It's feeling really good. I don't have a lot on the truck, so we're going pretty fast. Well, not as fast as that guy, but, and that guy too. We'll just have to see how the rest of the day goes. However, I'm pretty confident we're gonna clear Cedaredge and Delta today. Aside from being light and leaving relatively early, the other big thing that I've got going for me today is Cedaredge and Delta are both small hand wraps. So if I get in a bind for time, I can just throw that crap over their fence. It is 2:05 as I'm leaving Crested Butte, and I still have 2 stops in Gunnison to make. GPS says from here, Cedaredge is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that's a 20-minute window that I can make it from here to Cedaredge before they close. But, like I said earlier, it's small enough to just throw over their fence. So what I think I'm gonna do, as I'm leaving Gunnison, I'm gonna call Cedaredge, and then I'll call Delta and make sure it's okay that I can just throw both of these things over the fence. So that way I can be in Montrose tonight. Because even though there's no Telluride, I would still be real leery of staying in Montrose tonight and then driving up to Cedaredge and Delta and then coming back down. Because even though we have the extra time, you know as well as I do that something along the way will suck up all that extra time. It happens every time. You know, come to think of it, if I would have been smart, I'd have done both stops in Gunnison, come up here at Crested Butte, went over Kebler Pass to Cedaredge, and that would have only taken 2 hours flat. But I really didn't think of it because I wasn't hurting for time all that bad. You gotta be on all the time. On all the time. A quick call to the salesman in Cedaredge confirms that he's gonna let me just throw the stuff over the fence and then take off. Well, actually he wants me to put it under the fence, so there's that. Well, with that favor called in, now all I gotta do is get to Delta before they close. which shouldn't be a problem at this time. Matter of fact, if we drive fast enough, we could actually make it to Cedaredge before they close, and that's stopping in Delta first. So yeah, we'll totally clear Delta County and make it back to Montrose tonight. Awesome. And that's how that's done. So that's it for Delta and Cedaredge. We are done for the night. All we gotta do is head for Montrose and hole up. Tomorrow's stops are one here in town, over Red Mountain Pass, one in Durango, one in Pagosa Springs, and then that stupid 3 boards for Alamosa, and then I can go home. Anyway, that's all I've got for you tonight. See you in the next one.